Hey guys, welcome to the first McPuffcast.
Hello.
We're here with Swan Johnson today.
Swan John's son. This podcast is brought to you by Audio Bull. If you want to have all the pleasures of owning a bull, but you don't actually have the space necessary, download Audio Bull. You get all the grunts. You can do.
You get squeals and squeals.
You can milk it. Well, it's a bull actually, so you can't milk it.
Oh, like that kind of bull. I was like picturing like a China bull. I was like, what are you talking about?
A bull?
An audio bull?
Audio Bull. Audio Bull. So yeah, if you want to own a bull but you don't have the space or you don't want to feed it every day, download Audio Bull, and it's a bull simulator, but only audio. So no poop,
cool.
No physical poop or anything like that.
Yeah, you know, I heard that there's actually been some tests done that show people who interact with bulls more have a lower increase in death rate.
Huh.
Yeah.
Statistically, it sounds right to me.
Yeah. I actually stopped smoking weed a while ago. I just kind of taken the binaural beats. Have you ever tried the binaural beats?
I don't do drugs, so no.
Well, actually, that's the cool thing about binaural beats is there's actually some low resonating tones that will actually hit your pineal gland in a certain way that allow it to vibrate, and it almost hits like a D minor note.
Huh.
And your lower chakras.
It tessellates the
it tessellates the lower chakras, correct.
Frontal lobe,
correct.
Lobe of the brain.
So, Swan, all the joking aside, everyone's talking right now. And this name just keeps popping up. Swan Johnson this, Swan Johnson that. And
I know.
For those who've been under a rock for the last, 10 years or so, who is Swan Johnson? What is Swan Johnson?
Well, first of all, I just have to say, be humble. I don't think you're being very humble right now. No, actually, Swan Johnson is...
if you're comparing yourself to Kendrick Lamar, I think you got a long way to go.
Oh, come on. No.
Good. Okay, go on.
Well, I was just thinking we need to talk about this social political climate in America right now. I hate to change the subject. I just want to go ahead and segue this conversation.
No, I don't.
Back into what I came here for, which is some more political science debate.
I don't need any more audio bull shit. I don't need any more.
This podcast is brought to you by Audio Bull. Download Audio Bull. It's $15.99. It's a bull simulator. What was that?
Oh, nothing. I coughed.
So I know that you recently, McPuff and stuff, you have this obsession with fire ants. Fire ants,
yep.
After that new meme came out that was claiming that they should be changed to Spicy Boys. I just see you drawing fire ants all the time.
I do draw some fire ants. I've been drawing a lot more doggos. A lot more bamboozles have been going on in my paintings.
Lit.
Yeah, they're lit. But Swan, I feel like this is a therapy session, and you're just trying to kind of curve all my questions because you don't really know who you are. I feel like that's the problem.
I was even thinking about that today. I was like, how do you know yourself,
as Alan Watts might say, there is no you to really know.
Does he say that?
It's pretty much shit like that where it's like
just some
we try
bullshit.
to try to define ourselves as like, this is what I am.
That's the thing. Really, it's just anytime anyone says anything, I just wonder, is this bullshit?
Yeah.
A good percentage of what you hear from day to day is bullshit.
Yeah, pretty much. Literally everything is pretty much bullshit. Like, if you take it down to seeing how shit really works.
So we missed Thanksgiving Day podcast because I was in Florida. We didn't do our annual Thanksgiving podcast. This is the first McPuff
it was
episode. But we've done how many Cratesgivings?
We've done 2 Cratesgivings.
2 Thanksgivings in a row. Podcasted. Except for the last one. Except now, McPuff.
This is the new crates giving.
The McPuff and stuff experience.
Yeah, I really just wanted to start a podcast to kind of bring awareness. And speaking of that, I wanted to present something to the viewers and everything. Give me 1 second here.
Right, so now let's just inquire as to why my mic stopped working.
Let's see here. I can edit this out in post-production. Huh. Weird. Okay, we're gonna try this with.
No.
Wait.
Try unplugging it and plugging it back.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, guys, we're back on air.
Back in the saddle again.
We're back in the saddle again. This is very from the roots, from the dwellings. We're just setting up at a laptop, a phone. We might have a few technical interruptions, but in a few years, gonna go back and look at the number one, episode number 1, and you're gonna be like, damn, they were really grinding at first, man.
Well, if anyone tunes in and thinks that we have an actual agenda here, you are mistaken. I don't feel like there's any kind of meaning to this.
I actually have a reptilian agenda. Yeah, I wanted to talk to people about all the typical conspiracies that you would hear people talk about on all the other podcasts.
I think we need to segue the podcast back into a more political science debate type. I would like to go over the social political
If you're
climate.
trying to go over the proclamations of our forbearing consumption of what some might call a toxic political infrastructure, I would say that Nancy Pelosi as well as Isaac Hayes are the top 2 contemporaries one might look upon to maybe change the intolerance within the particular area you're speaking of.
And what do you think about the new Delaware Republican Bradley Knowles Dean?
Yeah, well, it is a very sublime situation, I agree, but the particular atrocity that took place within the local website you might know as 4chan back in 1993.
Fortune, I read that magazine.
Fortune magazine, 1993, the first cat meme was released. Not too many people know this. The cat's name was Whiskers, and he actually, made a few. Him and his owners made a few thousand from that first cat meme back in 1993, when no one thought you could make money back on memes back then.
And we're bringing you back to McPuff's drawing hour, where.
So anyways, guys, I just wanted to present you with This is called the Magic Tablet. This is called the. This is. This is the phablet. No, it's actually the
mic isn't working again.
Oh, God damn it, Mike. Son of a bitch.
What is up with that?
See, mine's still working. I think yours has a fucked up USB cord or something. Because every time I go up to get something.
Yeah, it is every time you go up to get something.
Yeah. It could be. Alright. I think we're back in action.
Back in action.
So what we got right here is the magical tablet. For those listening to the audio version, what we have is almost a very brightly ivory colored, very thin shape that we're...
I would say it's the color parchment.
Yes, it almost is parchment colored. And we have some ink, sponge tip, pencils, Sharpie. I think they call them a Sharpie. I like to call them ink sponge pencils.
Okay, we're live on Facebook.
We're going live on FB right now. we might go live on IG, maybe Twitter, Tumblr, Twitch soon. But anyways, yeah, so we're pretty much going to place down our ink sponge tipped pens onto the parchment paper, the parchment stone. And what it does is you can kind of create an image if you once you create lines and things like that. So yeah, Mike is typically not the best at figuring out how to kind of stand up a camera. He's doing an okay job. It looks like he got me in the shot so far. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's see here. Oh man, I tell you, Mike is Mike. Something's got to give. All right.
Hey y'all, welcome to McPuff's.
Okay. Yeah, now it's recording on this mic, so I'll try to sync them up because we had like 15 minutes recorded on the other one. But this is more of like an experimental one, anyways. So. Yeah, what I want to do really is have like, maybe we could have a camera up here, and that way you can like see, like watch the people drawing the whole time while this is going on. So what's going on in the news lately, huh?
Social, political, and climate, as they would say.
Yeah, I feel like it's always just like stupid ass tweets that the president gives out now, and like every other day. I think it's literally just like a thing they put out to distract people from, or just to like make.
It just makes you not want to care at all.
Yeah, well, it does one of the two things. It either makes you not want to like care at all, or like make some people super pissed off.
Right. Polarizing.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's like the worst shit.
I think, yeah, if there's any kind of conspiracy about it, it is that like the whole bipartisan system is to make us feel like separated from each other. Because if we felt together and on everything and we were just all in harmony, like we wouldn't need a government, you know?
Yeah, for
So
sure.
in a way, like to feel important, they have to like divide us. Which,
Yeah.
if there is a conspiracy, I would feel like it's something like that.
Yeah, I don't know, you know, about what really the whole point of this could be. It's just like, I feel like they make it impossible to get away from it. Like on Facebook, you can't take away your that like trending bar. I've tried to take that off, you know, where it shows like all the top stuff going on in the world, you know.
Right.
Because I think they literally like they just want everyone to be on the same page, you know.
Yeah.
And in their defense, it's like if you're controlling, you have, you know, millions of people to like keep their shit together.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty hard to like do that without doing some kind of shiesty shit, you know. So I don't know. Sometimes I think that it's not all like super evil shit. It's just like what has to be done sometimes.
It's like, bro, they replaced Kanye with the robot. The Kardashians are just here to sell us a weird false image of humanity before we get blown up by a volcano.
I don't know. I don't think people really talk about the Kardashians anymore. It's like some old shit. I don't know. People don't really care about. So like I feel like that was back in like the reality TV days and shit.
Mm-hmm.
People still care about Kanye West, but I think in general, if you ask most people, they don't really like the Kardashians and shit like that.
Right. Well, people like Travis
there's
Scott,
always-
he's into that.
But Travis Scott isn't a Kardashian, even though he might be dating one. He makes. I really love his music. I don't think that like makes me think any different of him. Because once you really understand that shit, you understand that even a Kardashian is just a normal ass person that.
Well, just anything that gets to the popularity of like top 40, you know, everyone knows you or something. Kind of like Post Malone and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, but I don't think there's anything wrong with he's still a really just normal person. If you like, someone could, make the conspiracy that he's acting like that or something, but I don't know. Like, I think you can tell that he just seems like a cool dude who just got a bunch of money from making a bunch of cool songs and is still humble,
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So I don't think necessarily
I
like
just
money
think that
changes.
overplaying of like all his songs on the radio, that's the only thing that's making me like him less. Because like in a way, I'm forced to listen to it. Like
At work or something?
yeah, there's a dude who like pumps this top 40 radio station in the room next to me at work, and just you hear Goosebumps, that Goosebumps song like 20 times a day. You hear Post Malone's new Rockstar song like a fucking
Yeah, see, I didn't even know that.
top of the hour, every hour.
Yeah, I don't like that shit either.
It just kills it a little bit, like now in hindsight, I do like Britney Spears and shit, But back in the day, I thought it was the most obnoxious shit.
Yeah.
It just depends on like.
Yeah, I like a lot of old 80s pop music and shit like that. And even a lot of those, like, I like the Post Malone songs you like, but like, I don't listen to them over and over that fast. I might listen to songs over and over, but I give them a break between, or like kind of try to let them sizzle out when I'm not feeling it. But yeah, that's the problem with the radio in general. Like, but my point is kind of like, I don't know if the celebrities are more fucked up now than they ever have been, like, or if it's the Kardashians or like a volcano or some shit. I think those are all kind of distractions from like all the shit that we could, like the cool shit. Like, yeah, there's like a lot of cool shit going on, like
Oh, for sure.
scary shit, but there's also cool, like,
Well,
but yeah, the
one
least
thing that scares me a lot is that, like,
keep going.
just I feel like you have to be really fucking good at something these days if you want to get noticed at all,
Yeah.
By like, if you're trying to get attention from people or something,
Yeah.
Which is what a lot of artists try to do, is like they seek attention, that's why they're making shit. But like, in this day and age, you have to be really fucking good at something, or have like a certain style.
Yeah. You definitely have to have that. I think that like people try to act like it's so easy and shit to I was gonna help set it against that. I think people try to like act like, oh, these like SoundCloud rapper kids, like they don't have any talent and they're just getting famous, or like complain about why other people are getting famous and shit.
Yeah.
But I think it's like, I don't know, people just don't recognize the talent, and when someone makes something look easy, whether it's like skateboarding or music or whatever, people are just like, oh, like anyone could do that, until they like go and try to do it themselves, like.
Yeah.
And people might even be delusional where they do something and think that they're as good as someone else. But like
people who are really good at stuff, they do make it look easy, which is like such a rough for people who just try to jump in and out of things.
Yeah, exactly. And so like
when you're drawing and someone's like, oh, I wish I could draw. And it's like, you could if you really wanted to. But it's like, you got to do that every day. And like, chances are, if you haven't been doing it every day since you were a kid, you're not going to like catch up or anything.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. At the same time, though, like I think you totally could. I've known some people.
You should. You should try, at least if you want to try.
Yeah. I don't know. There's some stuff that I'm kind of overwhelmed by, like I would like to be better at sculpting things.
Mm-hmm.
But like I just really suck at it. Like I literally just cannot do it. Yeah, it's really hard. So I feel like some people, they really want to draw good or make good music, but they just can't,
I feel that way with music sometimes. I'm like, damn, I don't sound good right now. Just like in general.
Yeah, I feel that way about like art and stuff sometimes too, like where
your flow is just off.
Yeah, well, or like I just cannot draw anything realistic. Like I can do my style, but like I'm really not like a talented artist that can do like without tracing something, doing like proportionate sizes and shit like that. But I think that's like the whole point is that we're all good at like something, but there's like some shit that no matter how hard we try, like skateboarding too. I tried skateboarding for so long, and I'm okay at skateboarding, but compared to a lot of people I know, like I still can't land a kickflip and shit.
I was not built for skateboarding. Like, first time I ever went to a skate park, I broke my arm in 2 places.
Damn.
So
Wow, that's crazy.
And I was just like a fat kid trying to roll down a kicker, like not doing anything special, you know?
Damn, that sucks.
I know. I was just like not coordinated at all.
Yeah.
And
I don't know, skateboarding is really cool though. I really like
it's cool. I enjoy people who can do it good. I enjoy watching them, but I'm not about it.
Yeah, for sure.
I like cruising on my longboard, or it's not a longboard, it's a shortboard with cruiser wheels.
Yeah, I think it's fun to cruise around, but I'm not trying to like risk my limbs and my health and shit to like do something that looks cool. Like I think it's
I like risks, like downhill bombing and stuff is really fun. And that's a rush.
That's fun. Yeah, but I still don't do that because like I don't have money and insurance and shit to like if I got fucked up, I'd be super fucked and it would just like ruin my life. Like,
that's how I feel about rock climbing too. Like if I broke my leg or something, I would be fucked.
Yeah.
Couldn't work for however long it took to heal.
Yeah, and you have to pay all those hospital bills and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, like I don't know. When I was a kid, I didn't really think about that shit, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean, a lot of kids are fearless. That's why they get good at stuff fast.
Yeah, and it's really good to be fearless. But I think at the same time, like when it comes to being like fearless with your body and shit, that's like one thing I'm not fearless with. Like it's good to be fearless with like your ego and like just the things we do maybe, but when it comes to being like, oh, I'm just gonna hurl my body down these stairs, like so that I can do it. Like I think that's the cool thing.
So that I could like never be in a magazine because like some little 4-year-old kid's been doing it his whole life, and now he's like doing crazy shit. You know, by the time he's 18 or something.
Yeah,
it's like you can't catch up to those pro-ass people. It seems like unless you were doing it your whole life. Like that's what I thought about skateboarding.
To a degree, I think you can. Honestly, I think you could start at any time, but I think like you'd have to be really dedicated to where you know that you're gonna break bones and you'd be willing to like spend money on that shit and the pain and everything. Like, I don't know. That's the cool thing about skateboarding is that a lot of people do it just to prove shit to themselves, like that they can. It's not about being in a magazine or like making money. It's like I want to get a trick done today. Like I want to. Like, you know, get 2 new tricks done when I go to the skate park or something, you know? Mm-hmm. It makes you go out of your comfort zone, you know what I mean? Because you haven't landed that trick before or something like that. So I think it's, like, skateboarding taught me a lot of shit like that. Just, like, how to, like, keep trying even when... Because even though I was shitty, I would still learn new tricks, even, like, though there weren't, like, flip tricks and stuff. I would do, like, lip tricks and other shit, but because I love skateboarding, just like, you know, music or something, and I still like watching it. You know, even though I don't really skateboard anymore, I'll watch like the new skate parts that come out and shit. I think, I'm not like, snowboarding is cool. I've never even been snowboarding my whole life, but.
I go skiing, and skiing is really fucking fun. And I grew up surfing, which is really fun too.
Oh yeah, surfing. That seems really cool because there's more like...
You just fall in the water. You don't really get hurt.
You get fucked up from the corals and...
Well, where I grew up, there's no coral.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
You have to worry about stepping on like an urchin, which are like those spiky ball things.
Yeah.
You have to worry about undercurrents and sharks a little bit, but no coral. There's this one spot we would go surfing at called Surfside was the name of the town. And there was all these houses that fell down on the first row. So you had to worry about like metal sticking out of the water. It was crazy.
Damn, that sounds gnarly. You could get like tetanus slices.
It was like rebar. You know that rebar stuff? It's like
does it not get rusty or something?
It was rusty, but it was like long bars.
Yeah. Oh damn, so it wasn't sharp? Or was it sharp?
It could have gone through your leg or your fucking...
Yeah, if you slam down it.
On it the right way, yeah.
Damn, that'd be so gnarly.
Yeah. This one dude I went surfing with, sometimes he like fell on his surfboard just the right way and it hit him in the balls, and he had a wetsuit on, and he swam back into shore, and every time he took a step, blood would come out of the bottom of his wetsuit. And so he didn't even take his suit off, he just went to the hospital, and they found out that he had like his ball sack ripped open.
Oh my god.
From falling on a surfboard, and it hit him in the balls.
Damn. Yeah. Ooh. Imagine having a rip that big in your body. Like,
so he said one of his testicles was just hanging out in his pants.
Oh my god, dude, I would pass out.
Yeah, I probably would too.
But
I mean, your adrenaline kicks in.
Your what?
Your adrenaline kicks in, probably, you know.
To a degree, but it's like, damn.
You're like, I gotta get to the hospital.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, as cool as that shit looks, like, I'm not someone who, like, wants to ever experience shit like that. I feel, like, really lucky to be, like, healthy, and I really like the feeling of being healthy, too.
Well, surfing is not as bad as, like, skateboarding, I feel like.
Really? I think it's worse.
I feel like the chances of you getting fucked up with skateboarding are a lot higher.
You think so?
I mean, if you're good at either one, you're going to be fine, but surfing for beginners
but
and stuff...
you think if you looked at the...
Just for me personally, surfing is way easier.
Jamie, you want to pull that up for us? Yeah, you could be right.
Just for me personally.
Yeah, I just like, for me, it looks, I'd much rather go skateboarding. Feel much safer skateboarding than like going into the ocean and surfing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I grew up in the water pretty much. Like, where I grew up, it's hot all the time, and you're in a swamp. And lots of people have pools.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
It's always cold as fuck around here. I mean, summer is nice, but...
Even in summer, I can't really enjoy swimming around here.
Yeah.
It's like cold.
Yeah. I know, I kind of do like it here though too, because...
It trains you.
Yeah.
You're like harder here.
Yeah. I've never even been to a sea level place. I've been to Florida like a long time ago, but I've heard if I went to California or something, like I'd be able to run a lot farther without being winded and shit like that.
The pressure is different. So like, I don't know. Yeah, you get like an afro and it's more humid.
Yeah. I get an afro anyways.
Should collab on a sick treehouse here.
Yeah, I'm down. You been listening to any music?
Listening to a lot of Majestic Casuals, like winter mixes and stuff.
Nice, I like those.
Yeah, because then you can find, stuff you haven't heard before.
Yeah, for sure. There's this person they usually have on there. I think it's called Ghost. It's like In Love with a Ghost. That's the name of this artist. And it's like Japanese kind of like kawaii type music,
Yeah.
But it's super like, they put like acoustic samples in there and shit.
I like when people use that like bubbly synth piano sound. It sounds like a bubble popping.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah. I think some people will call that future bass, I think. Like if they use that a lot.
Benito kind of uses it.
Yep. I love Kara. They're so cheesily cute. It's funny.
Yeah.
I like my art to be more like that sometimes. I want my art to have like a kawaii type look. I think I should start using more like pastel colors and shit.
I was thinking today, like, I don't want to ever be too evil. Like, I really love dark shit, you know? But I don't ever want to be on the dark side. Like, all my favorite superheroes, they're all heroes. I don't like the villains, you know?
Yeah.
But I have like this skull tattoo on my hand now and shit, and I feel like I was thinking today, like, am I becoming a villain? You know, like, I don't want to be the villain.
Right. Yeah.
Like, archetypically, I would want to be the hero.
Yeah, of course.
But I don't want to, like, am I getting caught up in this trend of, like, trying to look emo or something? And, like, in the way of doing that, I don't want to, like, ever end up looking evil.
So I think that's, like, I mean, I agree, but I think that, like, caring about how you dress is, like, that's, like, the most minimal evil thing you could do. You know, compared to thinking about like, oh, what am I going to eat today? Like, where is this trash going? Like,
right.
Like how we dress. Like, I think dressing as crazy as possible is the best. Like, I love people who just wear weird ass shit and like really don't give a fuck about what someone thinks about what they're wearing and shit. You know?
Yeah.
I don't try to look anything, but I think it's cool how people are bringing back the emo shit and stuff. Like, I really like that vibe. And I don't ever feel like evil for it. The only things I feel evil for is like when I eat shitty food or like, you know, just our like primal type shit that we feel, like anger or pleasure and shit like that. Those are the things that make me feel evil sometimes. Because like without those things, I would just purely make art and not stop. And just like totally be in my mind, in my own imagination. But I get so distracted by like what people like think of me sometimes, or like how I made someone feel, or how like this part of the world is affected by me buying this thing and shit.
Right.
But I think it's good. Like just thinking about that shit is like a bigger step than a lot of people do, I've noticed. Like that's why I like to hang out with people who think about that kind of shit.
Good and evil and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was just talking, I got into kind of like a Facebook debate with someone, because someone posted a thing and it's like, you know, about how Donald Trump is taking some land from a national park or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, Donald Trump is taking your land. It said like your land in all capital letters.
Well, it is BLM land. You do own that.
But see, the thing is that
that's why hunting is like legal and stuff.
Because you own that land. It's like saying like, oh, like the government is taking this chunk. Like, I in a way I see that, but I'm like, do you know, like, to think that land is ours even to begin with, like that's no one's land. Like,
right.
Like we should, if we really care about whose it was, like we took that from Native American people.
And even they laughed at the thought of land ownership, you know?
Yeah, exactly. We took it from
them. They were like,
them.
what? Like, you want to own land? Like, that's impossible. Like, try to work it hard and see how it feels, you know? You don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I just think that, I don't know, it's kind of like one of those social justice warrior things where like it's easy for people to post on their Facebook, like, they're taking our land and stuff, and it's like, I don't even know where this chunk of land is, and I don't own any land. Like, I just try to find a place to sleep in this world where everything is owned. I've just come to accept that. I'm not like thinking that I own some land out somewhere or whatever, you know what I mean?
I would like to own land.
Yeah, I would like to, but to me,
it's a dream. Little, like, art house where my homies can come stay, you know?
Yeah, it would be cool.
And my mom can stay when she gets like older and can't take care of herself, you know?
Yeah. Whenever someone buys a house, that I know it's always like, they say they buy it, but then they still have to make a bunch of payments on it. And you know what I mean? It's like they might as well be renting it. I see they're paying it off.
They have a mortgage.
They have a mortgage, yeah, but so I don't know. I feel like it's
like the same with Daniel and his car, you know?
Yeah.
He got a loan for that, and
yeah, a lot of people.
I've gotten into arguments with him about it, like, well, I'm better because I have no debt. He's like, well, I'm better because I have a nice car, you know?
Yeah.
Or whatever. Not saying that we're not actually saying like who's better or who's worse, but we're like debating, like, is debt really worth it, you know?
Yeah.
And to him, it is, because it allows him to go to school and have a nice car and whatever.
Yeah, I mean, he might be paying the same amount of money that he would be paying anyways, but it's probably a little bit more. But if you can do that, I would recommend it. You know what I mean? Like,
I always try to get like a used car that I can afford, you know?
Yeah, I think that's like a much better idea than a lot of people I know who spend a crap load of money making their car payments every month.
Yeah.
And I've heard like a good strategy is just like when you're in your 20s to just like, you know, sleep on a fucking air mattress, eat shitty food, and just save your fucking money as much as you can.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
Definitely don't save money.
I'm getting better at it, but still, it's like what I save compared to like what other people have is like, I have like chump change, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think we all have like different, but even like a really rich person, they're still not happy, you know? Like, I've even realized that I thought like once I get this amount of money, and, like sold this much art or like did this thing, like then I'd be happy and feel like confident about myself and like,
yeah.
But I'm still like,
that's really how I judge like wealth these days, is like, how happy are you really? But also there is kind of a physical aspect to it.
What do you mean?
Where it's like, okay, you're happy. How's your ego for one? That's not physical, but like, can you go to cool places and stuff? Like, I'm always kind of envious of that. Like, oh, you have enough money to travel.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like there is a physical, like shit you can actually do with money.
There is fun shit you can do with money.
Yeah, totally. That's why I do like try to save, and I would like to be wealthy, because I would spend my money on like spray paint and traveling and doing murals and shit like that.
Yeah, you can't be afraid of your own success, I think.
Yeah, that's very true. But it's also like,
because you're afraid. You're like, oh, if I get this much money, or if, oh, I don't have a job, I might go off and do something fucking awesome, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm almost like afraid to even do that, like me personally.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, oh, my job is comfortable, like my bed is comfortable, like I don't want to go travel. But, you know, part of me really does want to.
Yeah, I would like to travel. I just like, I'm not a very social person, so when I have traveled, it's just like I don't know anyone and I feel super weird like being in a place where I don't know anyone and I'm not with anyone I know and shit. So I don't know. I think going on tour would be different with other people. Like, that way at least there's one person you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That's definitely one thing I want to do for sure. And what I'm kind of saving up my money for is to try to just like have a nest egg so I can just go out again and try to do it better than I did last time. And keep trying that, you know? Because eventually I'll get it right, hopefully. But the weird thing is I don't even know, like when people ask me like, what city would you go to? If you could like fly anywhere in America or go to any big city or any city, I don't even know.
I'd want to go to Europe, and then I also want to go to...
I'm talking about America.
Oh. I've been to most of America.
I've never been to...
I've been to New York City. I've been to LA.
Nice.
I haven't been to San Francisco, but I've been to San Juan, which is near there. Yeah, Daniel and I went to Oregon and Washington. That was really cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Actually, I don't know. I've never really had an urge to like, oh, look, there's that monument and shit. Like, the only reason I really want to travel is to like, just see kind of like I don't know, like meet other people and just see like different ways people are living. I don't want to go on some tourist shit. I want to like really like be involved in wherever I go to. Yeah. That's why like,
I love touristy shit though.
Really?
Like if I went to Japan, I would for sure like eat at the fucking cat cafe. I would sleep in that little pod hotel. You know, I would do all the trendy, like, fucking tourist, like, fat boy American shit that I could do.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be, like, cooler to, like, go over to someone's house in Japan who has a cute ass cat and like knows and makes you like a real home cooked meal and shit, you know what I mean?
That's why I want to travel with music. Like, it's not just enough to just save up and go on trips. Like, if I'm traveling with music, people are like, oh, come stay at my house. Like, I really want you to come stay, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and then you get more of the local shit. Like, okay, take me where y'all eat, like, on a normal basis, you know? Or what temples do I need to go to or something?
Yeah. Yeah, like, that's what I want to do is go on tour, but it's harder being, like, doing painting because it can't really just, like, book shows and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I think I can. I just need to figure out how to. And, like...
We need, like, a circus.
Yeah. No, we seriously could set it up.
Like with music, art, dancers.
Yeah, me, you, and like one or two other people who have two different skills.
And we just play clubs like all over the world or something.
Yeah, and honestly, we're just like, you know, places like Aggie or Hody's and Fort Collins, like those type of places. And then even busking at that point, like at least like,
busking, street performance.
Yeah, everyone you're with has like something they can busk with pretty much.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun. That is a good idea.
Yeah, and it's hard to have like a group of people that you hold it together with, you know?
Yeah, because most people...
They want to give up or they want to do something else. Or...
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like me and you, at least, if we found one or two other people, or even just me and you, because we've known each other for long enough that we've been doing art for so long. Mm-hmm. It's like...
Daniel's my favorite keyboard player, like, ever.
Yeah, see, I would like him to come too, but I feel like he has like other priorities, whereas like me...
But like right now, I mean,
I guess you have to.
He's not even working at like his ideal restaurant. You know, we could probably snatch him out of here until the new vegan spot opens.
Yeah, but I don't know about his like school and shit though.
He's graduating.
Oh, is he?
Like in a few days.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Are you going to his graduation?
I don't know when it is.
Okay, I haven't heard if there was like a thing I didn't know about.
No, I haven't heard anything about that yet.
Yeah, my mom's graduating too, getting a master's degree. Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah. Yeah, school is cool if you do the right thing with it, but I don't know, nowadays, especially with the internet and everything, like, you can learn so much shit without having to have, like, without having to listen to the lecture, like, right in front of you and shit.
Oh, for sure.
So it's like, and
I
people...
feel like school slows me down a little bit.
Yeah, it does. I think it's totally, like, an old way of looking at things. Like, you need a certificate. It's not, like, it's... Especially in 10 years from now, too, like, employers are gonna look at the people who like went and did their own shit and like learned by themselves and like spent the time that most people were in the class like actually practicing the thing.
Yeah.
Like for me, when I see people join or like go to school for art and graphic design and stuff, I'm like, man, imagine if they would just went and made a bunch of just like did mixtape covers for people for free and just like did their art the same amount of years in all the time they're in class. Like they would. I think that honestly that they would be more creative. They're already better, but
I don't know. I feel like school in a way it can boost up like what you're trying to do sometimes. Like well, you can take it to the next level. If you're like really into drawing and you want to, it's going to challenge you. If not just the aspect of having to deal with a teacher and shit, you know. Yeah. That will challenge you for sure, and if you can like get past that, I feel like you do learn something from it. You learn like, oh, I'm never gonna be that kind of artist. Like, fuck that. But I don't know. I feel like school is weird.
It's very rare that I think that people would walk away with something or like. I guess that's gonna be that person in any situation. Though a lot of people, no matter what class it is, they'll take it and never really go all in with it. You know, some kids just take business classes because their parents told them that that's what they need to go take and shit, you know.
Well, that's how I feel about school. I feel like it's almost like this mandatory, like, fucking military sentence that I have to do.
Yeah, for sure. It pretty much is. But, well, except you don't have to do it.
Well, it's viewed these days as like a class jumping, you know? It's like a class ladder.
But it's not. It's really not like that anymore.
Well, people think that it's gonna make you high class if you finish.
That's the thing is maybe it's the people that live in like under a rock or some shit.
That's what my mom thinks, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But every generation dealt with like the last generation telling them like, oh, there's this new way of doing things that's out there, but that's not the way we did it. So you better go do it the old way. You know? And so I think that like there's always every generation is like, even if we have kids someday, they're going to be probably even more independent and less needing to like go have an actual show up to school and shit, you know, than ever before. So it's like, I don't know, that I think that if we stop giving a fuck about what, you know, one person, like even if it is our mom or like a certain family member, that there's like just like a few people in our lives that like hold us back, or like we try to impress or something, and that's holding us back from like so much stuff that we could be doing that's even better, you know?
Yeah.
So like it's good to care about what people think, but I think
well, my mom, she's been right about things before, and I do want to finish school while people are like offering to help pay for it right now, you know?
Yeah. I mean, if you go to school for the right thing.
Yeah, that's true. I don't even know what I want to go for. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, if I was like going to go in it for like a serious profession or something, I'd probably do like some like, you know, science type of shit or something. Like you're pretty good with gardening and stuff, so I'm sure there's a lot of like that kind of stuff, like farming.
I was thinking about doing like an agricultural thing or soil science.
Yeah, I feel like that's like people are always going to need food, but a lot of those jobs are going to be replaced with robots and shit. It's just like regular farming type people and shit like that. The best jobs I think to look for are the ones that can't be replaced by robots.
Yeah, that's why I did want to be a music therapist. You know, I want to help people who have like brain conditions that can't really be helped with normal medicine. That's like, oh, she has dementia and she hallucinates hardcore, but when you play a piano, she can like talk normal and stuff. Yeah,
I just think that that's not something you could teach in a class.
Well, it is. That's what I'm going to school for now.
I mean, they might say that you can. I don't think that you can.
Music therapy. Well, it's very abstract, but it is a degree you can get.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I think the person who's really good at music and is compassionate, if they go into a room, they could perform music therapy.
Oh, for sure.
It's not like it's not like there's an actual, like...
I already got offered a job, like, doing that.
Why don't you take it then?
Well, it's at an old folks home, and the dude offered, and he was like, yeah, I could probably even, you know, get you paid and everything. I just didn't feel confident enough as, like, a musician to be able to, like, go play, you know, a bunch of oldies. Which would be rad. I mean, I probably should have done it.
Yeah, I mean, you still can. And it sounds like you don't even need a degree to go do that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if I want to get like $10 an hour at an old folks home.
Exactly. So if you're going to go to school to get a degree,
the degree is to run a practice. Like my buddy has the same degree that I'm going for, and he opened a practice in Denver. So like he's getting paid a lot, $10 an hour. But it's private. It's like people come to his office and shit.
Yeah.
It's like a psychiatrist or something. Like I used to have a psychiatrist when I was younger, and for better or for worse, you know.
Yeah, psychiatry is one thing, but so I was just like saying, so someone, the jobs that get offered in the area you're looking for, it seems like they don't really need you to even have that degree. Of course, I understand it might be nice.
Well, they do. If you want to work at like a children's hospital or something. Like if I just want to get my acoustic guitar and entertain old folks, like I could do that for free, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Or, you know, get paid very little to do that.
Yeah, so I just feel like getting a degree in that. But yeah, if
I'm just gonna play music like that and not get paid a lot, I would rather do it in my house. Like,
yeah, I
make
think
what I want to make.
there's so much more potential for music than that. It's not just like like playing in front of old people. You know what I mean? Like I think that's
it
even
be
music.
medicinal. Like music can be medicinal.
Like people who are playing festivals, like I don't know, you know, typical people like Kid Cudi or whatever, they're more of music therapists than just a guy who would sit in a room to a group of old people.
Right.
So
that's not the only job. I mean, like a real music therapist, they would, you know, kids who can't talk or can't read, you know, they're helping them learn how to read and stuff.
Okay, yeah, so it's almost like...
Like, you know how you learn the ABCs, you sing it?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, kids who have learning disabilities and stuff like that, like, a lot of them nowadays are getting music therapists.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of like that's like kind of what I was wondering, like, if there was, like, something besides just playing music to old people. Yeah,
there is, for sure. I'm just saying that's one job that I got offered that I didn't do.
Yeah.
It just wasn't very appealing to me.
Yeah. But if you are going to get a degree, you think you're going to get it in something like music therapy or something?
Well, that's what I'm going for now, but I'm wondering if I should change that or not. Because I do want to take some science classes and shit.
Mm-hmm. You can take those as elective courses like that.
Well, so I was saying going for music therapy and minoring in like mycology. Just like mushroom science.
Yeah. Well, this has been a really good first podcast. I feel like we had a few technical difficulties, you know. We're ending it on one microphone. Both the cameras have died. But, you know, this is how you gotta start off. It's not always buttery. You know, sometimes you got a little grit. You gotta get a little grit in there.
A little bristle.
A little bristle. There's a little gristle in this podcast.
Looking sick, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have to finish this up and post her on up with the podcast. McPuffcast Volume 1 featuring Swan Johnson. Let me think of a good little like outro lineup. Till next time, may the stars shine bright in your direction.
Force be with you.